I'm not really a platformer guy. It's just never really been my thing, but I think I'm actually starting to come around. Because after having such an incredibly fun time with Cobalt, a highly underappreciated game, I decided to dive into my backlog and bring out one of the only platformers I've bought in recent years. That platformer is Fez. In Fez, you play as a little guy named Gomez who receives a red Fez hat which reveals to him that the whole world is not what it seems. Gomez has been living in a two-dimensional world his whole life without realizing the universe is actually in 3 dimensions. He also learns that the universe is held together by a giant gold floating hexahedron, which, yeah, I had to look up hexahedron. And when the hexahedron explodes, the fabric of space and time begins to collapse and the world begins disintegrating. It's Gomez's job to find all the missing pieces and put them back together to restore order to the universe. However, it wouldn't be a game if all the pieces weren't spread across all parts of the world. Now that Gomez knows about this 3rd dimension, he has to search it near and far in places that he's never comprehended before. The rotating world is what initially drew me into Fez. I originally bought Fez as a break game from League of Legends, so if I ever went on tilt or just had a bad day, I could go play some Fez, clear my mind, hop back into League. But it really won me over. The art style and the colors in the game are soothing. I especially enjoy the sunsets when the sky turns purple and pink. The music is great, it eases you into a calming atmosphere, and there isn't much stress when playing this game. You're given infinite lives, and dying only sets you back to the last move you made. The 3D world is a really interesting concept, and while Fez certainly isn't the first game to attempt this, it's the first one of its kind that I've played, so it gets a head start over those other games. Sorry guys. The ability to rotate the world brings so much to the game, and I guess it's correct to say it literally makes the game 4 times bigger. Now, just making more of a game doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be better, but Fez is able to create puzzles that exist in 3 dimensions, and the interaction of the 2D movement and the 3D rotations leave you checking every last corner for something you may have missed, and the satisfaction of finding that new angle where the puzzle becomes solvable happens frequently enough to keep you pretty addicted. Everyone loves those aha moments in games, and Fez is overflowing with them. I'm not a completionist whatsoever, and I haven't even finished Fez, but I can say that I have explored the world in this game more thoroughly than I have any other in the past without having to make it a chore. That's because exploring the world means you have to solve puzzles, which makes the whole game more enjoyable. I encourage anyone who has even the most remote interest in platformers to give Fez a try, and looking at the heartwarming popularity of this game, I don't think that you'll be very disappointed. The game world isn't only interesting, it's flat out surprising the creativity that goes into some of these puzzles. Where one crossing looks impossible from one angle, it becomes completely accessible by rotating the world. There are also other additions like levers to raise and lower water levels, chests that give you keys to unlock hidden doors, moving platforms, rotating platforms, invisible platforms, view obstructions, climbable obstacles, treasures and artifacts to find, and my favorite, which I find the most satisfying, is finding the hidden rooms. So that's my spiel about Fez. It's one of the few platforms to catch my eye and meet and exceed my expectations. So I encourage you guys to check this game out. There will be a link to the Steam page down below. This has been Ryan with Select Characters. Thank you for watching.